Hello everyone and welcome back to PAX and Recreation. And today we are back to the Brothers War with a very weird looking playmat. We need to talk about this for a second because it's Bundlemania, baby. And you know what that means? We're going back whenever Wizards allows me because they keep releasing too much stuff. Like you never have time to go back and keep opening backwards. And trust me, I spent all this money buying all the bundles backwards. And we're going back to the Brothers War, in this case with the Bundle Gift Edition. Now, this was in that time between they doing gift editions as collector's editions, right? They still do it today, but they call them something different, which maybe is more confusing, but I appreciate it. Why then they just don't call the expensive bundles Bundle Collector's Edition or Collector's Edition Bundle? I don't know. I always felt like it was misleading to call it gift edition, gift to yourself maybe, because like no one that you know that wants to give you this, unless it's a hardcore, Magic player, will give you this, not because they don't love you, but because it's difficult to get your hands on. Normally it flies off the online pre-orders, not even like the shelves. Maybe if you're lucky, yes, you can find them in the shelves and then you can buy it, and maybe you see because the idea from Wizards, I guess, is you see this side by side to the normal one. It's like, well, this is cool, but this is foil and it says gift, so I guess I'm going to buy this one for my beloved person, right? Like my boyfriend, girlfriend, nephew, grandson, whatever, right? So maybe, but the truth is, it's not that easy to get them. So now they changed the name. They could just do like Bundle Collector's Edition or whatever, but now they call them like First Place Edition or like Horrors Edition or Nightmare Edition or whatever the hell it was called for Dustmore. So, which, if you don't know what I'm talking about, links here or down below because we opened those. We're going backwards, baby. So the Brothers War was kind of the beginning of what I call the Magic the Gathering anniversary, right? And this playmat is exactly from that era. So Mishra and Urza, and the playmat is foil, by the way. That's why it looks so weird. The playmat is foil, and this was before Ultra Pro kind of figured out how to make foils properly. So it looks very weird, and you can see compared to the borders, like, oh, the border is a clean color, and then everything else looks blurred because they put like this foil to it that it just makes it look weird. I don't know. They don't do it for everything, but whatever. These are gorgeous, and these are the bundles. So first we're going to, because we're going chronologically, and technically this is released after this one, we're doing this one first, and then we're doing this one. So likely, yes, this is more exciting for you. Then we're going to open this one, and you can see both and compare them. And yes, both include a Transformers card, but one includes a Transformer card, and it includes a foil Transformers card. So differences, right? Now, when it comes to packaging, it is what it is, right? So it's always prettier in the foil one, or at least kind of more or less. This is one of the few where the art from the normal one is cool, and I may argue cooler even. So in the bottom, it is what it is. On the sides, it is what it is. And then the contents, and in the contents is where the biggest difference is. And if you just look at this, it kind of looks like the normal one has more stuff. And not really, but kind of. So basically, if you really like the Brothers War, this is the one you get. If you like Transformers, this is the one you get. This is when they started injecting the whole universes beyond, but not really into sets. So, it's like, oh, yeah, well, Transformers fit in the Brothers War because it's a heavy artifact set. So, right? And the Brothers War, I will comment more about the set when I start opening this. But yeah, basically, you have the same card, right? Same alternate art, so nothing different here for Queen Kyla being Krog. 8 boosters, set boosters. Remember set boosters? Well, the same 8 boosters here. Universes Beyond Transformer card, guarantee. And this is a traditional foil Universes Beyond Transformer card. So you get the foil, right? So on this side, you can get one die or the other, which is actually pretty cool. And I always like this detail, even though it's kind of random and it sucks, but it is what it is because it's a Brothers War. You get the lands, 20 foil to regular, which is the same for everyone, plus 2 reference cards, and the box. Here is the same, but the die is actually a Transformers. It's a Transformers die. It says special oversized gift edition. It's like, just say Transformers, bro. It has the Transformers logo. well, actually, it's like the Autobots and Decepticons logo, whatever. Plus one 15 card collector booster. So this is the one thing, to the point that the reference cards are nowhere to be seen because it actually has some bonus thing. Funny enough, the collector booster, which is maybe the main reason why these things normally fly, because it's just, well, another collector booster in here plus the other things, is like a line here instead of being like an actual drawing. So it is what it is, I guess. So let's give it an open and see what's up. So nice box, as we saw. This has been sitting in my shelf for so long that I have kind of second thoughts about opening it, but it is what it is. So let's go. We should not hoard the cards. We should just enjoy them. So the Brothers War. Oop, there you go. So our pamphlet or insert is basically Optimus Prime, and is that Bumblebee? Well, it looks like it should be Bumblebee, but it's not the head of Bumblebee, so I'm assuming it's another Transformer, and someone can correct me in the comments. And Urza, which is great. So, ironically, Transformers is a Hasbro trademark, so that was easy, but it's actually from Takara Tomy from Japan, so the more you know. Now for the box, what a beautiful red glowing box. You know, with all the automatons in there, just shining. The logo for Brothers War. Brothers War is a very good set. Like, for once, it was focused on artifacts, which is good. You know, it's at least it's not. We had too many like multicolor or like single color sets. This one at least is like, you know, artifacts are a thing. Remember, we are back in time, so at this moment in time, we still had the old dividers, and this is what I call the efficient booster. A bundle packaging. You will see as we go back that the bundles were taller and kind of a pain in the ass because they had like the book, which I love that book, but then the boxes were smaller than the thing. Then they optimized, and then the outer box became the size of the box. So, you know, it was like a optimized bundle kind of thing. And this was the thing keeping the contents from being crushed. So you have a divider here with Optimus Prime from the pamphlet or insert art. Some mini dividers with the Magic the Gathering logo for Brothers War, for Urza and Mishra, and Megatron and Starscream in there. So it should be Bumblebee, right? Because if Starscream is here, it should be Bumblebee, but maybe it's the classic Bumblebee, that the head is, I don't know. Someone will correct me. So yeah, we need to fix something here very quickly, because if there are faces, the camera goes bananas. So you have the, again, Optimus, Megatron, and Starscream, and then you have some counters. Nothing crazy, the usual. Now, as for the contents, yes, we do have a box and we have a die. Let's see the die for a second. It's a very beautiful Transformers die. Now, you really have to like Transformers because this thing is in the color of Optimus Prime, and the main reason you buy this is, well, because of Transformers. Like, there is, sadly, and this is what I guess started to bother people about Universes Beyond, which is like, oh, we're doing the Brothers War, and this is Magic's 30th anniversary. So we're going back to one of the most important stories in Magic the Gathering, the Brothers War, and we are using it as a plot device to go back in time so that we can have cards of this era again, but in the modern Magic the Gathering Planescape, so that people can go back in time. And then after this, after the Brothers War, there's going to be a Phyrexian invasion, so we're bringing back the Phyrexians, so that's great. And then there's going to be March of the Machine, which, you know, as a conclusion is kind of rushed, and I hate that, and we will see when we, we already saw when we opened the things, but like, I hate it because it should be like a 3-set thing, but, you know, it's Wizards, so we went from 2 to 1. But March of the Machine, so this trio, if you want to call it like that, because technically before this was Dominaria, which will open, you know, after this, I guess. So Dominaria was like, remember Dominaria? We're going back. It was like a modern Dominaria, right? And then it's like, oh, let's go back to the past because of convoluted reasons. But this way you can enjoy, you can bring back this era of Magic for the 30th anniversary. So that was good. That was a better Magic 30 than Magic 30, which was just a piece of crap of gigantous proportions. So that was good. And that was very nostalgic. And that was kind of cool. And then they were with Phyrexia, which I love that set visually. I don't like the fact that the bad guys win, but it is what it is. And it kind of feels like they were rehashing Avengers, kind of like the time travel. And then Phyrexial will be 1 is Infinity War, and March of the Machine is Endgame, kind of, and it feels too much like that. The same way that the plane crash, no, it's not plane crash. I forgot the name. You know that they were the one where Liliana, they all banned against Nicole Bolas. That felt like that felt literally like the Avengers. So it's a shame that Wizards kind of can put their own identity into things, and we have this event. So if you want to count it as 3 parts, right? This is the first part, kind of cool, historic, and they go like, yeah, man, Transformers, right? Transformers, and it's like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Transformers, and Optimus Prime is a core memory, and you know, if you were a kid in the 80s, 90s, and you saw the Transformers movie, not the Michael Bay ones, the Transformer movie, you know this shit is real, right? So like, I love Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime is a part of my childhood, but, and I can make a secret lair. I guess I could buy it if I want, but putting cards in here, I mean, put them as bonus, I guess, if you want. But, you know, don't make it the main focus. At least this is not a Transformers box, because they will do that later with some sets where the collector edition is basically for that, like a year later after this, with, how do you call it? With Ixalan, it will be like, oh, the normal one, which we already opened, by the way, link here or there or whatever. The normal one is about Ixalan. The collector's one, or the gift edition, it's about Jurassic Park, because you love Jurassic Park. It's like, I guess. Like, why does it feel like you brought Ixalan back to have a tie-in with Jurassic Park and not backwards, right? And here, if I wouldn't know better, I will be like, yeah, 30th anniversary. Let's go back to the Brothers War. This is great. This is a really... And then it's like, by the way, artifacts, we're bringing Transformers. And it's like, why? Now, I love this die. I actually have another one that from the first thing that I opened like this. Yes, the drawing is kind of convoluted, and it gets peeled a little bit depending on the one you got, and the focus is not helping me, but you can see it there, right? It's kind of peeled a little bit. But the numbers and the contrast is great. Is that mix between like Optimus Prime and Magic. So it's great. I like it, and it's a great die. That being said, it's like the pamphlet has Optimus Prime, the die has Optimus Prime, the dividers are Transformers dividers. This might as well just have a Transformers box, but I guess they weren't like bold enough to do it, or they didn't get the rights to do it. I don't know. So this was a mini rant, but it's just because, I don't know, I guess it sells, and I guess that a lot of people went crazy for the Transformer cards and all that. But man, there is a part of me that really is like, can we just have fun things? Like, can we literally just, you know, just have a nice Magic story? Like, can you trust your IP? Like, do you really have to wait for Amazon or Netflix or whatever to do a Magic the Gathering series so that you can have trust in your IP again? What's wrong with these people? And mind you, this is like 2 years ago, or 3, I don't know. So the lands, I don't know if I need to open them, and this is where the money is, right? So let's open it. Paper wrappers, better for the environment. So Queen Talia Krug, foil retro style, so pretty cool. And we got Ratchet Field Medic. So not the best Transformer card, but hey, it is what it is. In foil. So Ratchet Field Medic is a robot, obviously, because it's a Transformer, is a 2/4. It has more than meets the eye. You may cast this card converted for 1 and 1 blue, so a little bit cheaper. It has lifelink, and whenever you gain life, you may convert Ratchet. When you do, return target artifact card with mana value less than or equal to the amount of life you gain this turn from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. And since it's a Transformer card, obviously, it transforms. So Ratchet Rescue Racer is an ambulance, and it has living metal. As long as it is your turn, this vehicle is also a creature. It has lifelink, and whenever 1 or more non-token artifacts you control are put into the graveyard from the battlefield, convert Ratchet. This ability triggers only once each turn. So you'll keep transforming, and you know, it's a 1/4, 2/4, and you keep just going back and back. Playing with these cards is nice, the concept is great, but man, this freaking thing with a double sleeve is just a pain in the ass. And then the lands, which they kind of resume from the other pack. It's like, oh yeah, we were in black, so swamp, mountain, forest. And then again, planes, just basic lands, no full arts, nothing crazy. It's kind of a shame, but it is what it is. They got us a Transformer card, guys. We should be happy. So that's it. I'm going to put, I guess, Queen, Galia, and Ratchet. Well, Ratchet's a Transformer, so we're going to put it in here. So we get 8 boosters, because they were set boosters, they were more expensive, and a collector booster. Collector booster, we're going to leave it for the end. And if you're wondering why I'm covering their faces, it's not because I hate them, it's just because of the autofocus, which I couldn't disconnect. I couldn't disable before starting the video, so this is my way of censoring them. Let's go. Okay. You can tell some time has passed, and the booster wrapper has had better times in its life, apparently. So art cards, remember those? Now we still get them, but we just get them less, which is a shame, really. Forest, Goblin, Firebomb. Oh yeah, these were the ones that started with a land, I think. Then an artifact, and then... Well, artifact is kind of coincidence, what I'm saying. Just the land at the beginning is the weird thing. Go for the Troth. Oh, man, this thing in standard is such a pain. Defabricate. Ultra Magnus, Tactician. Oh, see, we already got the Transformers card, so we're rolling, baby. We're rolling on it. Ultra Magnus is 4, 1 red, 1 green, 1 white, 7/7 robot, of course. More than meets the eye. You can cast it for 2, 1 red, 1 green, 1 white. It has Ward 2, and whenever Ultra Magnus attacks, you may put an artifact creature card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. If you do, convert Ultra Magnus. So, Ultra Magnus, Armored Carrier. Let's remember that Ultra Magnus was supposed to be the successor of Optimus. It didn't work. Living Metal, well, he was for a time, but Ultra Magnus has a different personality from Optimus, so he's more of a soldier than a leader. It is what it is. Haste has Formidable. Whenever Ultra Magnus attacks, attacking creatures you control gain Indestructible at the end of turn. If those creatures have total power 8 or greater, convert Ultra Magnus. So it's Tactician. So see, 2 Transformers cards, guys. We are rolling on it. So Ornithopter, you can tell I forgot that how we do this video. Oh, Fire Action Dragon Engine. Well, this booster was packed. Fire Action Dragon Engine. For 3 is a 2/2 with double strike. When Fire Action Dragon Engine enters the battlefield from your graveyard, you may discard your hand. If you do, draw 3 cards. It has Unearth, 3 and 2 red, and is 1/2 of Mishra lost to Phyrexia, right? So Traxodemon, not Traxodemon, because it's not a Roman soldier. And I was so distracted that I forgot to put these things in place. So I guess we're doing it now. Artifacts. Man. I do this for a living. Well, actually I don't, but it's funny when I forget how we normally do the videos and I have to like improvise. Because it's like, oops, you're right. We normally divide the cards like this. Artifact in retro frame, or artifacts. Yeah, as I said, this is an artifact set, which is good. For Commander players, this was glory, because it's like, oh yeah, baby, we're getting free, we're eating for free tonight, because artifacts just fit pretty much every deck, right? This counts as Ninja. Maybe I can use this for the drawers in Ultra Pro, the Ultra Pro drawers. Nice art. This is the what? These are the planes. Oh, these are the full art planes. They don't give it to us in the bundle, but yeah, they existed. That's right. For a second, I was like, weird, but yeah. So Mountain, say lands first, and then Machine Over Matter, Military Discipline, Mishra's Onslaught. It's weird when you're opening a set from 2022 and it kind of feels nostalgic already, like, hey man, remember the Brothers War? Like when the focus was still like the story of Magic instead of like jumping from plane to plane on every set. Adaptive Automaton, not bad. For 3 in retro frame, as Adaptive Automaton enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Adaptive Automaton is a chosen type in addition to its other types. The creatures you control the chosen type get +1/+1. So for tribals or typals or whatever, this is great. And Hajar, Loyal Bodyguard. So for 1 red and 1 green, is a human soldier 3/3 that says sacrifice Hajar Okay, he's very loyal. Sacrifice Hajar, loyal bodyguard. Legendary creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain indestructible until the end of turn. Okay, it's a nice mechanic. Stern lesson in foil, and a soldier token. So at this time, we not only get some random cards in there, but we also get the wizards. Now apparently they don't do ads as much, which thankfully, but this is still the era for ads. Pacific Rim much. So this is Gypsy Danger, Depth Charge Colossus, Mountain, full art. There you go. Desynchronize, Bitter Reunion, Third Path Savant, Wasteful Harvest, Alloy Animist, Third Path Iconoclast. One of these days I'm gonna do it. Maybe with Pokemon makes more sense, but I'll do like a poker rap, like Recruitment Officer, Urza's Chief Artificer, and so on. Ooh, Urza's Chief Artificer, nice. In retro frame, for 3, 1 white, 1 blue, 1 black. Legendary creature, Human Artificer, 4/5. Affinity for artifact creatures. Cost 1 less to cast for each artifact creature you control. Artifact creatures you control have menace. And at the beginning of your end step, create a 0/0 colorless construct artifact creature token with, this creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control. Man, so far, the bundle has been strong. Foundry Inspector in the artifact style. I kind of like this. And Urza Silex for 3 legendary artifacts. 2 and 2 white, tap it, exile it, and each player chooses 6 lands they control. Destroy all other permanents. Activate only as a sorcery. When Urza Silex is put into exile from the battlefield, you may pay 2. If you do, search your library for a Planeswalker card, reveal it, put it to your hand, and shuffle. So, catching, I guess. Man, I was just saying like, oh man, this booster is pretty good already. And this bundle. Oh, and Titania. I guess it's Titania, but Titania is kind of, because it's a Titan, it's a Titan in Greek, so whatever. Protector of Argoth from the list, right? 3 and 2 green. When Titania, Protector of Argoth, enters the battlefield, return target land card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Whenever a land you control is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, create a 5/3 green elemental creature token. Great. Now, let's remember something. The card is there because remember when the list had some logic to it, so that card is there because Titania is also in this set, and it's a transform card, I think. So another cool looking card is Fauna Shaman, a foil forest, not bad. Fog of War, Scrapwork Mute, Supply Drop. What is this? Fortnite? Well, they did Fortnite cards around this time, so Dwarven Forge Chanter. And I guess they did that card only to have the secret lair with the skin for Fortnite. Or maybe it was backwards. I don't know. Wickstone Subjugation, Flow of Knowledge, Fallagy, what's Fallagy? Dragon Engine. So not bad. Sarinth Steel Seeker. If you play standard, a lot of these cards feel more like nostalgic because like you play with those for a long time, and you know. Thran Spider, not bad. Artifact creature Spider, 2/4, it costs 3, it has reach. When Thran Spider enters battlefield, you and target opponent each create a tapped Power Stone token. And for 7, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal an artifact card from among them and put them into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. Not bad. Foil Gargling Anointer and a Power Stone. See, when we create Power Stones, we get Power Stones. Not bad so far. Very happy with the box. I mean, I don't regret opening it, but there's a part of me that just likes closed product. Not to sell it, mind you. Like I don't hoard stuff to sell it, but there's like a part of my OCD that is like, man, yeah, it's pristine. And also there's this part of like the illusion, right? Like if you never open it, it can be anything inside. That's why, they have charged Colossus. That's why the closed product is always more expensive, because you may get the thing that you're looking for, and that's why just buy singles. But yeah, to me it's more of a, it looks pristine, it looks organized. Bundles, I love them more because, well, you can just close them again in the box and that's it. But it's not, there's not the original packaging. It's just ramblings of a madman. Brushland adds 1 colorless or 1 green or white, and it deals 1 damage to you, so not bad. Thran Vigil in foil. And one of those games, remember Urza's Blueprints? Remember, I love how I say remember like it was like a half a century ago. Like remember, it's like, bro. Geeks Yawgmoth Praetor. Forest, very Miyazaki-like, but I love it. Argolian Sprite, or Argolath Sprite, Scrapboard Rager, Perimeter Patrol, Ashnote's Harvester, Gaia's Courier, Courser, I guess, Involuntary Cooldown, Spectrum Sentinel, Bonesaw, nice. Ooh, Etherflux Reservoir, nice. For 4. Whenever you cast a spell, you gain 1 life for each spell you have cast this turn. Pay 50 life. Etherflux Reservoir deals 50 damage to any target. Okay, not bad. Not crazy, not bad. Pretty cool. You can do some crazy... Oh, another mythic. Cityscape Leveler for 8. It has Trample. This is why some people like bundles more, because you are not limited by the limits of a booster box. You can get as many mythics as you want, as you can pull, actually. So it's an 8/8 for 8. It has Trample, and when you cast this spell, and whenever Cityscape Leveler attacks, destroy up to 1 target non-land permanent, its controller creates a tap Power Stone token. On Earth, 8. Okay, not bad. Milestone animation in foil, and a Goldspan Dragon from the list again. Not bad, man. This thing is loaded. For 3 and 2 red, is a 4/4 flying haste. Whenever Goldspan Dragon attacks or becomes the target of a spell, create a treasure token. Treasures you control have tap, sacrifice an artifact, add 2 mana of any one color. So very, very nice. So 2 to go. I'm already more than satisfied with this, and we haven't even opened the collector booster, which I'm not expecting anything from, by the way, but it is what it is. So a island, Moment of Defiance, great art, amazing looking card, I love it. Unleash Shell, Unleash Hell, haha. Tomakul Honor Guard, Energy Refactor, Hornstone Seeker, Hulking Metamorph, Mishra, Excavation Prodigy, which is like baby Mishra, Bushwhack, okay, Pristine Talisman, not bad, and Wena, Eyes of Gaia, I guess. Add 2 mana in any combination of colors. Spend this mana only to cast creature spells or activate abilities of a creature or creature card. Whenever you cast a creature spell with power 5 or greater, put a +1/+1 counter on Wena, Eyes of Gaia, and untap it. Not bad. I can see like a very good commander deck here. Scrapwork Mork in foil, Scrapwork Mutt in foil, and look at us, we are R&D. So the last set booster. Some people dislike that the set boosters are over, because technically you get better pulls on set boosters because they were more expensive, and now it's kind of diluted because play boosters are also draft boosters. So it is what it is. But still, Whirling Strike, Tower Worker, nice. Latnam Adept, splitting the power stone. It will be fun, like splitting the power. Like, hell no. Iron Crow Crusher, Gargling Anointer, Mask of the Jade Crafter, Ron Chanter's Pike. Okay. For 2, equipped creature has first strike and gets +X/+0, where X is the number of instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard, as sharp as its bearer's word of faith. Okay, it's like a Dark Souls description. Ornithopter, yeah boys, we got an Ornithopter, let's go. And Teething Wormlet, which is a weird card to be here, because it's like, what is that, worm? Looks like a dinosaur. It is what it is. So it has Death Touch as long as you control 3 or more artifacts. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. If this is the first time this ability has resolved this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Teething Wormlet. Burnished Heart, a classic, and in foil, so in retro and foil, not bad. And a bunch of counters. Remember when they did this, like prototype and +1/+1? Why do they do that? I don't know. And now, for the reason why a lot of times these things get dumb expensive, right? There's a collector booster for the Brothers War. This is, as you can see, their priorities were different. Like the normal boosters, it was like toilet paper. This one is like, no, this is tin foil wrap. So this is a normal order. They don't do like the mythic right away thing. So Rock Hunter in foil, Killzone Acrobat. Well, everything is in foil because it's a collector booster. Gixian Skull Flayer, Sylvan Rivalry, Arbalest Engineers, Spotter Thopter, and now a Swamp in foil, which actually looks pretty badass, I have to say. And now where the money is, which, it's kind of an euphemism because there is no money to be made here, but Hall of Taxing. Gives you 1 colorless. If you pay 1 and tap 1 mana of any color, if you pay 4 and tap, it creates a tap Power Stone token. Okay. Drafna, Founder of Ladna. Okay, that's the same thing, but in full art, not foil, not bad. Machine God's Effigy. This is from the Commander decks. I think this is from the Mishra one, if I recall correctly. In full art. Bonzo, again, in foil retro frame. Ivory Tower in retro frame. Not bad. Now, either Flux Reservoir. Okay, bittersweet because we already pulled it, but, still cool. Ratchet Field Medic, really? Like the mythic of the booster is either Flux Reservoir, which we already pulled, and the one transformer I pull is the same transformer I pull in the box. Man, come on. I mean, I'm not hoping for like Optimus. I'm not doing this. Like, I'm not pulling these cards for the money, right? I'm like, oh, it's not an expensive one, but it's like, really? Like, I had the chance at 3 Transformers cards, well, 2 guaranteed ones, and the same guaranteed one is Ratchet. Come on. Ooh, Gix's Command. This card is gorgeous. This card is beautiful. I think I have a playmat with this, maybe. I don't remember. But this thing is just beautiful. Beautiful card. It's a good sorcery. Kind of expensive, but for 3 and 2 black, choose 2. Put 2+1/+1 counters on up to 1 creature against lifelink until the end of turn. Destroy each creature with power 2 or less. Destroy up to 2 creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Return up to 2 creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Each opponent sacrifices a creature with the highest power among creatures they control. And yeah, a Power Stone token that is also an elemental token. So not bad. I mean, I can't complain because the set boosters were pretty good. So when it came to the collector booster, I wasn't expecting anything, but certainly I wasn't expected to get repeated cards, which kind of sucked a little bit, but it is what it is. So yeah. Now, for the sake of doing this properly, I'm just going to open this because I mean, might as well, right? Since we are at this. So the lands, the non-foil lands, and then they go over to green and they jump to black again and so on. So in the other half, so we can put see, like it's all out of order, and it's actually in a very weird order because you have like it's like they repack them weird because this is what it goes on the back, right? So they came out of order. It should be like this, and they go the lands. So this is the whole. This is what we get. So obviously all of these are random. The only guaranteed thing is that there will be a transformer card, actually 2, one in the collector booster and one in the bundle itself. So it is what it is. The transformer die is great, and Issue of Transformers is amazing, right? But that's it. The pamphlet, the dividers, which are what they are, right? And the box. Now, the box is a matter of preference, right? You either love it or you hate it. I like it. I just feel like, they later down the road they did it with like Ixalan and so on. But it's like, man, if you're gonna put so much emphasis on Transformers, just go full Transformers. Don't have shame now. So that's the bundle. Let me know what you think down below in the comments, and I hope to see you next time on your favorite channel, Packs and Recreation. Bye.